All right, we are back with some more Melty Blood news, and apparently there's some patch notes that came out. To everyone's surprise, it's going to be coming with the DA Noel and Aoko patch that's going to be coming very shortly. Now, there's everything in here as far as offline changes, network changes, and of course, character balance changes. Now, there's a couple of bug fixes and stuff inside of these changes as well, but I just want to go over the important stuff as always and talk about the changes that you can expect that's going to actually change the way that you may play your characters or how we actually use the online features. But as always, before we begin, hit the like and subscribe button for more content. If you like everything I've been putting out as far as guides, tips and tricks, and all the discussion videos we've been putting out on the channel. So support your boy, hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on so you know the next video goes live. Let's get into the news. Starting with some of the battle system changes here. One of the big ones is going to be a rapid beat change. Now, it's not a rapid beat change that I know probably a lot of people have been talking about. A lot of people have been saying fix rapid beat, which I don't really know what they mean by that. But this change I think is very important because I think it may make some combo routes easier for some characters. It states change to prevent transition to aerial throws if input in air right before landing. So there's a lot of like staircase combos where like you'll do like a charge C and then you'll land and then press your next button. But sometimes when you press the next button, you're so low to the ground and you press the button and you get throw rather than actually getting your button. So what I think is changing here is they're going to make it to where this doesn't happen, to where you can do these combos a lot easier. So just showcase an example with Shiki here. As such, so what I think is going to change is they're going to make it a lot easier to where this don't actually happen, so where you'll be able to get the combo you want, which is that 5B, right? So rather than getting this auto combo thing to tick at low to the ground, is going to be able to make it to where it's going to stop that from happening and you're going to be able to get this combo, is what I think this change is basically referring to. Now, this change is huge for the game because a lot of characters use this staircase type combo. So if it's going to be easier to perform, it's going to make it to where people don't drop this combo as frequently as some people have been doing. I know sometimes I see Shiki players drop it, or like sometimes Kohaku players, or a lot of characters use it. Saber, we could go on and on. A lot of characters use it, but now this combo, this style of combo may be easier for characters to do now. Now, the next big battle system change here is going to be dealing with neutralization. Now, neutralization is basically when attacks clash within this game, and the change is going to be limiting the vital source recovery during neutralization to once per skill. They're also saying that it's going to be made canceling with double jump easier when a jump attack is neutralized. So when a jump attack is basically clashes, it's going to be easier for that person to jump cancel that attack. It's going to be made easier for that. But this is going to be huge because characters now are not going to get huge chunks of life back apparently or when skills clash together. So just an example of that here. So we made Arkway do her charge attack here, and then we actually hit it. You'll notice that she gained a little bit of gray life back, right? However, it can also stack if you didn't know. So if I do it twice like that, see, she gained 2 ticks of it. So what I'm guessing is what they're saying is characters are no longer going to be able to get multiple ticks of vital recovery based on the amount of things that it is going to do 1 tick, so they're going to get a little bit of extra vital life, and this is going to make it to where characters that have strong tools like this during these clash sequences aren't going to get a lot of life that they can recover back. And the rest of the battle system changes are mainly just bug fixes and nothing that I really see too much in play, so I'm not going to go over them, but there are some good online network changes that's going to be coming to the game soon that I definitely want to talk about with you all. Some of the network changes are just some nice quality of life changes. For example, the enabling of changing the input lag when selecting rematch in network mode. That's going to be a really good change just to allow people to actually, you know, try a connection. Okay, it didn't work out. Let me increase my input latency a little bit so it can actually kick in a little bit for the rollback. Because, you know, if you put in more variable delay, if you put up a little bit more delay, then it allows the match to probably be a little bit more smoother. The lower delay, that means the closer you must be to your opponent, and that's just essentially how it works for rollback and stuff, for the variable delay stuff like that, which is inside this game. Now, the other changes are definitely things that people have been hinting and wanting for a minute for this game. The first big one here is going to be the addition to area selection to network player mode search perimeter. So it's going to be an additional search perimeter that's going to allow you to select more regional area types that's going to be able to pinpoint exactly the people that you're trying to play. So if you're trying to make sure that your connections are good, trying to make sure that you're within a certain area, this is going to allow you to have that type of perimeter in play for those type of connections. But more importantly, that is the next change that's here that says details of lag status with network mode opponents can now be displayed. So a lot of people are expecting this to actually be a ping indicator. Now, it may not be an actual ping indicator but we want, but it will be able to detail the connections a lot better than what's actually being displayed into the game at the moment. And of course, this is going to be inside just the network mode period. So if this is going to be a proper ping display along with the variable delayed within the game, this is going to help dramatically when trying to understand is this person's connection going to be something that's going to be playable for you to actually play against. The biggest network change that a lot of people are excited for, myself included, is the direct change that's going to be attacking the one-sided rollbacks that stated mitigate issues where only one player screen was prone to rewinding in network mode. So this is going to be directly trying to tackle that problem of one-sided rollbacks that's been plaguing the game. Now they have done like a quick hot fix on it before, and a lot of people said it felt a lot better, but this is just going to be directly tackling that as a whole. And of course, this is coming to both console and PC. I don't know if the other one was just a PC issue that they fixed and it didn't come to console. I'm not quite sure, but of course this is going to both come to console and PC this time around if it only was for one, fixing one side of the issues. So this is going to be huge for the game, just making sure that the rollback is a lot more sturdier than what it has been, and people can just play overall a lot better, especially if this is going to be a ping display in the game, and the game already having set variable delay. This is going to be a match made in heaven if it all works as planned. Of course, there's a lot of quality of life training room features are going to be coming as well. It's going to help people try to understand, you know, reversals and stuff like that, which is going to be very good with allowing random select. And then, of course, there's the allow the restore to default with the confirm button with selecting reversals, allowing jumping 10 items for changes when selecting reversal actions, and then of course some other things, added constant moon setting for moon icon. So there's a lot of quality of life changes going to be coming to the training room that's going to make the experience a lot more manageable than before when dealing with reversals and just having a more abundance of settings that weren't there before. So good job on that part. But of course, finally, we got to talk about some of the character changes, because I know some of you guys are excited about some of the things that are changing with your characters. Some of the buffs that are becoming with some of these characters is going to be, you know, sort of not drastically changing, sort of minor changes, but some things nonetheless that's going to actually change some of the perspective of how we perceive some of these characters. So let's go and take a look at some of them. So Shiki really didn't get anything crazy. They call it a bug fix apparently, but apparently this is going to get more invincibility time for it, and of course the BC version as well. So they're going to have more invincibility time as far as this goes. Nothing too crazy there. But Arcade actually got something pretty cool. So this move right here is actually going to have a cancel window for the landing recovery. So if you do the second hit, you'll notice that she can't jump right away, right? That's because it has landing recovery. So what she's going to be able to do now, I'm guessing, is cancel this into like a normal when she's falling. And this is going to allow her to cancel into a falling normal, which is going to allow her to cancel her landing recovery. Now, some characters already have stuff like this. That can do stuff like that, which is going to be, say, Red Arcade, where she does her teleports. You could cancel into like a charge JC to go low faster and stuff like that. So I'm guessing this is going to make it to where when she does this, is going to make it to where her combos are a little bit easier, because she could be able to cancel it a lot better. So you see, it's a little bit harder for her to get up there. But now since she's going to be able to cancel it, it's going to make it to where she's going to be able to combo this a lot easier with that case. So that's pretty good change for Arcade. Now Akia got what some people would say would be some much needed changes. So this character now will have much faster wheels. So the wheels are going to be faster in the air. The aerial ones are going to be faster. The BC version is going to be faster. They're all going to have adjustments on the hit stop. So apparently all the hits are going to be able to connect a lot more easier. I don't know if people are dropping out of the combo or something, but it's going to be more easier to combo with that. So this is going to be cool. She has shortened recovery on her 214A now, and her 22A is also going to have shortened recovery. So this move will probably not be punishable on block as it is now. Like if you do it in a corner and like corner pressure, this is a punishable move. So maybe this move won't be punishable on block anymore. Now most people usually space it out to where it isn't punished on block, but you know, it is one of those things where like you won't probably have to worry about getting punished for this move anymore at all. The command grab is actually getting a buff too, so now it is going to be faster startup. I don't know if it's 0 after flash. Maybe that's what they're doing. So if this is 0 after flash, that'd be pretty good. You get a combo off of it, and it's actually going to give you health back. So we don't know how much health it's going to actually give you back, but just the fact that you're going to be able to get health back for using the command grab, that's going to be pretty good. And then, of course, you get a combo that's going to do some decent damage as well for doing that. So a combo, a faster startup, so meaning it could probably be a lot more easier of a mix-up to use, and you get more health back. So that's pretty good. Her JA also got a downward hitbox chain, so it's going to be a lot easier to hit people with this. This probably also would change the way her like pressure work when it comes to like doing JB into JA. So like doing something like this, sometimes, especially when you hit like with the JB really high up, Your JA can sometimes whiff on the crouch, so maybe it will stop situations from happening as well. As you can see, like sometimes it'll whiff like this. So if you hit really high and then you do J, sometimes it could whiff and stuff like that. It'll probably make those situations a lot easier for Akia to deal with, so she don't have to worry about whiffing her buttons when she's trying to do her pressure and stuff like that. So overall, very good changes for Akia. It may change the way this character actually is played a little bit. So Koma also got a few changes because he needed them. He needed to have more super armor. So apparently this super is going to have super armor and is going to go further now. So you're going to be able to hit people with this super from much further distances now, and is going to have super armor on it when you're doing it as such, because he needed more armor. He needed it. And then of course his BC super, his arc drive, is going to have more upwards hitbox. So this is just going to make it to where he can combo a lot easier, I guess. You know, if you're doing combos and the opponent's above you, I'm guessing the hitbox of it isn't that good, and sometimes your combos will drop. This is making it to where combos are a little bit more stable in that aspect when you have them a little higher in the air. So not bad for Koma. So Roa also got some pretty good changes as well. So he's going to have shortened recovery on his thunderclap. So this is probably going to make it to where you can actually get like a good spacing to actually make this you know, pretty, not pretty plus, but like probably like slightly plus, or like make it to where it like is even and stuff like that to play a little mind game. So it's definitely going to make it easier to where you can actually play that little mind game with the spacing of how you actually control this tool. He also is going to have shortened recovery on this. So if you use the feint at all for your row, this is going to have less recovery as well. He also has the ability to enable landing recovery for his air, this attack right here. So apparently this is supposed to make it to where he has easier combos. He can always like jump cancel on hit already, so I don't really know exactly what the enabling landing recovery for this one is for. But yeah, he can apparently do that, and that's supposed to help him out a little bit. Now Vlov got a few good changes as well. So his back BC move, this is going to have an extended hitbox upwards on the second hit. So I'm guessing it's going to have a good better time of anti-airing your opponents, and it's going to be easier to combo. And apparently people are going to drop out of this less, so they're going to change the hitbox detection on the continuous hit to the second hit. So you know, if you get hit by the first hit in the air, and then you'll like sometimes the second hit will whiff just because of, I guess, the detection wasn't good enough. So no longer is that going to happen as frequent. It's going to be able to combo a lot easier, so you can get this into your combo version and then like do your combo from there. So a lot better combo potentiality with this character in certain situations, just making them a little bit more stable overall. The Red Arc Raid actually got some decent fireball changes. So the A fireball is just going to have reduced recovery overall, just making it overall more easier to use in neutral without less to worry about, because of course the recovery on it can be a little bit hard to use, making it to where, you know, if you whiff it, then of course your opponent could jump in at you. Now the other one, this one is going to have faster startup. So the startup is going to be faster, and the second hit is going to travel closer to the actual second hit, which will make it to where if you're hitting at this like perfect range where the first hit but the second hit whiff, probably won't happen as much, because when the first hit hits, it sort of like makes the opponent travel back, and maybe the second hit will like hit a little bit faster to where it could catch up in time to like make it to where this combos to where you don't have this like sweet spot dead zone where the first hit and the second don't, as on top of this actual fact that this is being faster startup. So overall, just fireball changes for Red Arc Raid, which are pretty good. So apparently the devs really wanted to use Saber's DP in the neutral situations, and apparently it had trouble anti-airing you. So they overall made the move have less recovery for the A and B version, and the BC version, the Moon Skill version, is going to have an increased tack duration and is going to have faster startup in between the consecutive hits. So I guess it's overall just going to make it to where it's going to be harder to punish, because you can punish the B version in neutral. If it's like really close, the characters have good buttons, they could definitely punish this button. So I'm guessing it's going to make it to where it's going to be a lot harder to punish in those senses. So if you're just like putting it out in neutral, if you think an opponent is going to jump or something like that, you could probably try to get a hit like that, and you don't have to worry about getting punished as much. I guess that's something they really wanted for Saber, and that is the change that she is getting. Overall, super excited about the patch, since I wasn't even expecting us to even get patch notes for the actual patch for DNA Noel and Aoko coming inside the game. So I'm super excited about this, from the network changes, the offline, you know, training room quality of life changes, and some balance changes here and there a little bit. I guess overall, I guess they are happy with the actual, I guess, development of the game at the moment, because a lot of people really want changes to the shield system and how things work like that, but unfortunately that's not what the devs are trying to actually implement here. Hopefully we see changes like that. in the near future, so people are a little bit more happy. People are not saying like it's broken because people figured it out and people have all these OSs, but people say it's like, you know, it makes it to where it's a little bit stale and like where the mind games and stuff and the damage isn't really fair with it and stuff like that. So it is what it is for now, and hopefully get some more system changes in the future to mix things up. But hey, this is what we got to deal with for now. Anyway, if you like anything I had to say, drop me a like. I really appreciate it. And if you want more from me, only on my socials. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn notifications so you know the next video goes live. As always, my name is Daikin, and I'll see you next time. Signing out.